Previously on Reverse Psychology.
So begins another week in the life of Dr. Sam Xanderhoot, the world's greatest therapist.
Bowling hard, how to get strikes in the bedroom, and crazy confessions of a therapist. How do you write all these nutty books?
Mona, the harpy that devoured everything I worked for like it was nothing.
With this book, I'm gonna be able to do so much more for you now.
So you mean like everything about these people, Mac and Gina Fofina, that's true. Have you ever heard of this thing? It's called doctor-patient confidentiality. This should be the first thing you learned, supposedly at Harvard. Lawsuit City. Here you come.
Dear Sam Xanderhoot, you are hereby given notice that Jack McDonald intends to commence a lawsuit against you for the amount of $10,000 in damages due to the violation of said doctor-patient confidentiality and malpractice at your practice. Sincerely, Louise Clark.
Dear Sam, the movers couldn't get everything onto their truck. I'll make sure that the new owners send our mail to my new address. But as for TV, that's all yours. I know how much it meant to you. Good luck. Mona.
Yes. Oh my god.
You never go wrong with a little early dessert.
Yeah. I told Sam that you were coming over for dinner, so you go to the market, but you forgot. And you know your brother. Forgetful.
Well, dinner is dinner.
Look at you, though. You look like you're ready for a 3-course dinner at a fancy restaurant.
Oh.
Maybe Italian, and they rub the breadsticks on your belly.
Yeah, I came home straight from work, so.
Even when we were together, you could just look like a GQ magazine model. Sam, you can learn a few things.
Thanks, honey.
How are things at the practice?
Good, good. I just helped the guy stop pleasuring himself at TED Talks.
Sam, what did I say about disclosing too much information on the table?
Isn't that like the first rule that you have to follow as a psychiatrist? Not to be a blabbermouth?
Actually, the first rule of the APA states we should safeguard the welfare and rights of our patients, those with whom they interact professionally, and other affected persons first, so.
But you can't say that verbatim.
I just did.
Isn't this work talk?
Well, it's actually different. See, the office is getting a little busy. We hired a new assistant. You might know her, actually.
I do?
Yeah, Amy Peterson. That's it. Amy Peterson. Said you fired her without paying her?
You didn't pay her?
She disrupted a session.
Well, you can't just not pay someone. See, I pay my assistants a little under the table, especially the way the economy is these days.
You are so kind. You should be more like your brother.
Well, look at that. I gotta go to a meeting, but it was great seeing you. Talk to you again next week.
If my line isn't busy.
Bye, honey.
Hey Nathan, do you want to do me a favor?
What is it?
Well, you know, it's silly, but I saw the cake right there, and it reminded me of when we were together, and I was wondering if you would feed me a piece.
What?
You know, like how you used to. Like, put that into my mouth.
Okay, I can see the honeymoon is over for you too.
It never happened. I don't care. So just feed me right here, right now, right on the table.
I thought you loved my brother.
Well, no, I got with him to get at you. I mean, who breaks up with their girlfriend at a funeral?
I mean, who marries their ex's brother to get back at them?
I was young and stupid, and I thought that he would be successful. But anyways, I'm trying to remedy it now.
So you're gonna leave Sam and get with me?
I've always loved you. You're my Abbott and I'm Costello.
Wrong couple, but I get where you're going with that. I guess I never really got over you either.
Then we should be together. I'm Ginger Rogers and you're Fred Astaire.
We really gotta get you watching something more modern.
Just feed me.
Okay. That's it. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, you like that? That's cake. Tasty. It looks great. Oh.
What's taking him so long?
That's the Hollywood games, Andy. You gotta know when to show up and shut up. So shut up!
You know, you never did tell me how you got Big Carl, television's up-and-coming producer and wealthiest adult film director, to call me.
Well, we have a history. Look at this now. Let me do all the talking.
Mr. Carl. Big Carl. My mother died naming me.
I'm sorry.
So, it's nice to finally meet the resident sexpert in person. When I was going through my son's history, I was blown away by your balls and your audacity.
Thank you so much. I just gotta say, I loved The Hump It, Defecation of Smog. Really improved on the shortcomings of the last film, An Unexpected Orgy.
I try to distance myself from my foreign history nowadays.
Do you remember that time that you and I had to fluff that actress with the dwarf and the boom mic for hours? Oh, you're a sick man. Gross.
Anyway,
So gross.
down to business. The Dr. Xanderhoot Show. CBS, weekday afternoons. Our demographic? Supermodels wrapping up their afternoon purge and stay-at-home dads. How do we attract an audience? We bring in a screwed-up family or couple looking for their 15 minutes of fame.
No, I said we're not gonna do Dr. Phil.
Yeah, but here's the hook. They'd be forced to resolve their problems by the end of each episode. Then they cuddle with Bubbles, the sterilized chimp. Everybody wins.
What's wrong? Bubbles is my favorite chimp, sterilized or otherwise.
It's tricks, PR stunts, forced resolutions. None of that will do it. It has to be my own brand and my brand alone.
What if we bring cameras into your sessions?
Maybe. And we do behind-the-scenes interviews with patients. Get them to open up if they won't do that with me in person. It'll be a sort of media therapy.
I like it. Media therapy. People will pay for any kind of special treatment, and audiences are glued to watching people looking for attention.
Exactly.
Where'd you come up with that?
It's all the work we've been doing. Incorporating multimedia and beyond to promote myself. I wouldn't be at this table if it weren't for you.
Me?
Yes. You.
The gentleman. Shall we sign the contracts?
Right, yeah.
Business.
Congratulations. You now have a television show. And get your bags packed, because you're moving to Los Angeles.
What? That is fantastic news. Jack, what are you doing here?
I mean, you called me.
Bring any legal firepower you got, and I'll lob it back tenfold. You mess with the bulldog, you get the bulldog.
That I did, sir. That I did.
Louise Clark, Jack's legal representation, and on behalf of the client,
We're suing you for malpractice, violation of doctor-patient confidentiality, and downright slander.
Alrighty then. Let's get it done and over with.
Something has to fix this, Mac proclaimed. We haven't been intimate in a year. I don't even know what we're fighting for. I tackled him to the ground, breaking my leg in the process, and quite frankly, I sensed Mac was aroused as his giraffe neck became outlined outside his pants. It was days like these that reminded me why being a therapist was so much fun. Mr. Xanderhoot, is this or is this not about my client right here?
Obviously not. It's not even his name.
Mr. Xanderhoot.
Dr. Xanderhoot. Mr. Xanderhoot was my father, who died during a marathon of Star Wars prequels. Well, at least he died the way he lived, constantly disappointed.
Mr. Xanderhoot, just because you change a letter in a man's name doesn't mean we can't figure it out.
Yeah, and my giraffe's not limping anymore. It's fully necked.
I scrolled through your harebrained book. Then I took a shower because I felt dirty reading such stupidity. Then I found more victims of your self-absorbed thoughtlessness. Remember Gina Fofina? The one who kept coming on to you? Or how about Mickey Crowns, who married that cardboard cutout of Elsa from Frozen?
That was my hardest case yet.
Aha! Sue! Sue! Sue!
Sue, Sue, Sue.
Let's talk financial settlement.
Look. Can I say something? As a psychologist, my job is to assess how people cope with everyday life. And most people who come through my office, they're lost souls. You were a kid with low self-esteem and a low-hanging penis. Everything about you was low. But as you came each week, you got it up. Your confidence.
That still doesn't excuse you for exploiting these sick wackadoos.
I just want to share my knowledge. More importantly, share my love with this country. And my TV show will do it. People are the reason I got into this profession. And I'm not going to stop doing what the good man above brought me here to do. Therapizing. What do you say we just let bygones be bygones?
No. We're still going to sue.
Jack, if you go ahead with this, sure, you'll let the world know that Dr. Xanderhoot's a big, fat, slimy pig, but you know what? You're going to be selling yourself short.
Oh no.
That's right. Everyone will know about your manhood.
With this money, you can buy a bigger penis.
Oh, that nickname will stick longer than a 1-hour erection. And Melvin here has a lot of PR connections and can let that little fact slip out, right?
That's right.
I'm starting to think this might have been a bad idea.
But we're so close to getting this guy.
No, I'm done. We're dropping the lawsuit. Just don't tell anyone.
It was good seeing you again, Jack.
This isn't going to affect our TV deal, is it?
Of course not. I only wish the cameras were rolling. You boys are gonna make television history.
All right.
Dang it, Sandy! Why did you have to order all of those dirty Shirleys?
Because dirty Shirleys are surely the best drink in the world.
Oh, Sandy, if it were up to me, I would punch you in the goddamn mouth, I promise you.
What's going on here?
It's not what you think. We're just catching up.
In my house?
What's wrong, little bro? Afraid I'm gonna take your old lady?
Old?
You know what? I am so tired of this. Every time something good happens to me, you rear your ugly ass and you just shit on me. I'm gonna have my own talk show. I'm gonna be on TV and freaking Los Angeles, Hollywood, man.
So, we're moving?
I am. You aren't. I have thought about this long enough. If you don't want to be with me, if you want to be with a man who will give you a weekly allowance so you can be the big debutante of Cambridge, oh, well, choose Nate. And don't worry that it's going to be really awkward being with both brothers, because guess what? Nate's adopted.
What?
I don't need this baggage in my life. I'm Dr. Samuel Ewok Xanderhoot. I'm the world's greatest therapist, and I'm gonna prove it on national television.
You're pathetic.
Are we just gonna jump over the fact that I'm adopted?
I mean, you think that a reality TV show is gonna clear your slate? Once a dope, always a dope. And you knew that when you started shamelessly flirting with me at your father's open casket.
So you marry a sham of a man just to get even with his adopted brother.
Alright, can we just sit down and talk about this?
Nate, I don't need you therapizing our marriage, especially since I majored in it.
Psychotherapy. And they're called concentration, something you'd know if you actually went to Harvard.
What?
Okay, boys, don't aim below the belt.
No. What did he say?
Oh, you don't know the great Sam Xanderhoot never got his PhD at Harvard? He never even went there. That degree he's been showing off is photoshopped.
Are you telling me that you're not a psychiatrist?
At least not in the eyes of the American psychological whatever.
Oh, he thinks a therapist, a psychiatrist, and a psychologist are all the same thing. Well, newsflash, little bro, they're not.
Are you telling me I helped a man get a show on television and he did not go to the University of motherfucking Harvard?
Okay, well, you know, he tried online school.
No!
Melvin.
No! 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 I will not help a fraud. No.
Wow, I was beginning to think that he didn't have any standards at all.
I want you out of this house. You can stay with Nate, at least until I'm packed for LA.
Sam. Sam! Sam!
Hello?
Is this Dr. Xanderhoot?
The one and only.
I'm in desperate need of your help.
How'd you get this number?
You gave it to me when you autographed my copy of Bowling Hard last month at the Pro.
What's your name?
Michael.
Where are you right now, Michael?
I just stepped outside of the garden. Celtics doing really bad out there.
The Lakers are in town already?
Getting pummeled. I just need to take a walk on the bridge. Clear my thoughts.
The Zakem Bridge?
This was supposed to be my night. Hell, I'm not even sure why I called. Maybe because nobody else would answer.
If this is a gambling problem, I don't have any money. I already put way too much on Japan World Cup 3 and...
Now look at you, Sam, and I envy you.
Probably shouldn't.
I'm not interested. People stroll by me like I'm a desk. Seems like no matter what I do, I'm just there to be forgotten. And there are all these inconsistencies gnawing at you, tingling through the skin and banging your head like drums and cymbals. And they just keep getting worse.
What are you on, Michael? Bath salts? Acid?
Oh no, that stuff will drive you nuts. I'm just so tired, Doc. My wife and child don't look up at me when I walk in the door. At least none in the same way. Aren't they supposed to love me?
Well, maybe they should come by the office sometime.
Today, I accidentally caught myself shaving. Blood dripping down my cheek. I cleaned and band-aided the cut and went into the kitchen, and my family didn't even notice. When I drove to work, I got into a collision, 4-car pileup. Banged on my head and had to wait for medical attention. I was the last person to get treated and was already an hour and a half late. When I got to work, I thought my boss was going to bitch at me for my tardiness.
So you got in trouble?
Well, that's the thing. When I got to the office, all that was waiting for me was a stack of papers for me to fax over. My co-workers passed me by and didn't ask why I was banged up. It just made no sense. Why would nobody care about another human being? Then I realized I had nothing but inconsistencies. This life making no sense, driving me to the edge.
The edge of what? Michael, fighting seems tough, especially when life curveballs you in the nuts, but everything's temporary. The way you feel, the job you have, the family, the Celtics' losing streak, all that can change.
How?
Set your sights beyond reason. Life's not about being logical, it's being desperate and finding that next best thing and getting it.
Is that how you got everything you wanted?
I couldn't have become a bestseller if I kept myself grounded like some psychologist. My father once told me, live life like it's your last day of freedom before you go to jail and get lethal injected, you rebel scum.
But what else is there besides a dead end?
There's no such thing as a dead end. Only a to be continued.
I think I get it now.
Listen, for your own safety, I'm gonna call some assistance so you can get home tonight. But I'm gonna remain on the line the entire time. I promise.